Thank you, Kate. When I think about 50 pounds of shrimp, they also said peeled in the vein. Now, that would be a prize. But I would also like to ask President Michelle Johnson to come join us and bring a couple of words from the college.
Thank you, Skip. I come as often as I can. And I always come to, as we were talking about a couple of minutes ago during the break, come to soak up the energy. There's a spirit here because Susan of the place and because of the people that are here, the questions that are asked, the genuine commitment of people that take time to come and to ask questions and to challenge people and to help think about things in new ways. I don't know if you guys have made a practice or have done this lately of reading the college's vision statement. I don't know how many people have done that lately, but I will tell you that the word entrepreneurship is in our vision statement. It's a short statement, and the final word is about engaged entrepreneurship. So I want to say thank you to Skip Mounts and the work that he has done to lead this, to establish it, to be at the 3rd anniversary, because it is a really good example about how important to the college the idea of engaged entrepreneurship and what you do with that, not only in our curriculum, but in our partnerships with the community and all of those kinds of things. I have a hunch that this was not the schedule of events that you planned. Maybe I was going to talk a little bit earlier this morning when you got started. I was late, and I was late because I was talking to an entrepreneur this morning. I had the opportunity to have breakfast and coffee this morning with Justin Henshaw, who is one of our graduates. He's been here speaking as one of the 64 entrepreneurs that you've had here, and it was really exciting because I felt the same way with him this morning that I feel every time I come here. When I come here, I lose track of time. It's like it's so cool listening to these ideas, seeing the courage and how bold people are and how excited and passionate they are, and you just lose track of time. Like you keep going forever. Same thing with Justin. He was talking about the work that he's done and the things he's experienced and the businesses that he started and just the excitement around all of that. And he was talking to me about how the college had made a huge difference to him in being able to go down that route. So we are proud to be a partner, and I want the college to be seen as an entrepreneurial college. And I think this is one of the ways, Skip, that you've helped us do that and be a part of that. So I just wanted to say thank you. I see many of you here when I come on a as regular basis as possible. And it's just so exciting to see this and to see it continue. I'm excited about the next 64 entrepreneurs that you bring here and just being a great part of this. So Susan, thank you for hosting and making this such a unique but exciting and vibrant kind of environment for us to do this. So I'm just glad to be a part of it. So thank you so much.
Good. Thank you very, very much. Okay, now for updates. First, we'd like to introduce Mr. Eric Vonk of Richland Rum. And if you're coming up, I'll give you a microphone because you look like you should have one. And Chris and Allyson Moline, come on up. And Jeff Coyle of Bluff Brewery that is just sort of oozing out of the ground. And hopefully they will give us an update and leave us a little bit of time to ask questions. Thank you. This is well planned.
No, first and foremost, a couple of thank yous. I couldn't agree more for the nice words for Susan. Many years ago, when we first started to consider Brunswick as a location, the first people we talked to all said, "Oh, do you know Susan? Because if you really need to have something done, talk to Susan. She gets it done." And that's absolutely true. You've been a wonderful neighbor and a huge resource for us. Thank you. Thank you all for being such a warm, welcoming community. We've been open since March last year, as you know, and it's been a big success. Skip asked me to give a quick kind of state of the union after the first 100 days, the first year, and it's exceeded our expectations. A lot of things have happened with Richland Rum. By the way, this is our 20th anniversary this year. We're in existence for 20 years. And over the last year, since we've opened in Brunswick, a lot of good things have happened. First and foremost, the virgin rum that is produced here by Robbie, our distiller, and by Theo, has won what is called Good Food Award in San Francisco twice now, which means a lot. It's because that's not something that is bestowed on a category, that is bestowed on a spirit. And people have been sending in spirits from all over the world, whiskeys, vodkas, tequilas, rums, name it. And one is selected, and for 2 times now, Richland Rum, Virgin Coastal Rum, has won the award. Thank you. And you have to be a field to glass producer. You have to be a sustainable producer, etc. Those are all conditions to it, and so we're very proud of that. And that wouldn't have been possible without a whole lot of craftsmanship. Also, last year, our classic aged rum in December was named by Forbes magazine the best rum in America, and we're very proud of that. Then we gradually moved to beer. We are seeing the Taj Ma beer coming up across the street from us. It is you've given us fair warning about the magnitude of it all, and it's enormous. Even we feel a sense of pride to be across the street from you. It is a collaboration between a brewery and a distillery like us has proven to be very successful for us. First and foremost in Stewart County, where we are on the west side of the state. We have a brewery, Omaha Brewing Company, in the small town of Omaha, and they're not across the street, they're 20 miles away. Over the last several years, we have seen an enormous complementary traffic, even in 20 miles distance, where we refer people to each other, and that has been very successful. Then secondly, we have been collaborating with the Terrapin Beer Company in Athens, as you know, and we hope to be doing the same thing. We've been dreaming about it already, doing a cask exchange, where we make a rum barrel available that has had rum in it for a number of years, in our case usually 3 years. We empty the barrel, store the rum temporarily in a new barrel, give the empty barrel to the brewer, who ages typically a high gravity, an IPA or a stout in it, in the rum barrel for a year or so, 16 months, then bottles it or kegs it and gives us the barrel back. We take the rum that has been stored for a year or so back barrel for barrel and let it rest for another year in that barrel. The aroma exchange that takes place that way is absolutely magnificent, and we're looking forward to entering into a program. Lots of success. We're proud to be across the street from you and full of joy to see the building go up. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, first of all. It's a little surreal to be standing up here right now because I remember, I think it was almost 3 years ago when you first presented, and we actually had the building under contract, and I remember coming home and telling my wife, we're not completely crazy. They're opening up across the street. So to be standing up here with Eric, we've been talking for years, is actually pretty cool. My name is Chris Moline. I'm one of the co-founders of Silver Bluff. My wife Allyson, partner Jeff Coyle, and his brother Kevin could not be here this morning, but yeah, we're excited. I mean, it feels good for us. We've been working on this for so long. We've owned the property since March of 2017, and to actually be able to point to something and say like this is where it's going to be and have a picture. It's very gratifying. So, I couldn't reiterate like what she said earlier, but the feeling and the energy that we have in this room in downtown, like we've been feeling this for so long. Since we first moved here, we've always wanted to be a part of downtown. We just didn't know what capacity it would be. Turns out we're opening up a brewery. But yeah, no, we're excited, and I see a lot of faces in here that are kind of contributing to all of it. We're just one of them. You know, Susan is awesome. She's like the godmother of downtown, and you know, she's been such a big cheerleader and for not only our support but everybody else's support. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to take away from y'all, but y'all feel free to chime in and share.
Just a quick update on some things from the business side, and just to support what you had said and what the first presenter said is you know, we've all made some changes in our lives too. So I work now in the WIC. I see Michael here. He sees me every day, whether I'm complaining about the internet or otherwise. These guys rebuilding a house on Union Street. We're really excited about the energy in downtown Brunswick. Susan sees me here drinking beer every once in a while, as well as you might imagine. On our side, the business, everything really on track, amazingly on track from the side of, if you haven't noticed, there's more than 40 steel beams in place. And then on a business side, really everything on track as well. You'll see an online presence launching from us in the next 30 to 60 days, so keep an eye on that. And any questions about beer, brewing, or that business side from an entrepreneur side, please ask them. We're all repeat entrepreneurs. I run a software business based in Boston, and Chris runs his real estate, and we have an events business. We've all done this at one level or another with some type of business. And my brother not here is also in the medical space. So anything, any advice, any discussions, anything about our past history, fair game. I saw some hands already popping up. So,
Well, we're kind of what Crawford said, and we're kind of like the four-legged stool because we all are all in together as far as financing and experience, but like we're bringing something a little bit different to the table. Jeff and Kevin are the brewers. Jeff is our marketing genius. Ally's doing like the events, hiring, weddings, whatever, that kind of thing. And I'm just kind of like the mule doing all the stuff, getting the business side of the things done. But it's been a great group for us so far, and yeah, we're just excited to be open.
What's your time frame?
We're looking at somewhere in the last quarter of 2019. So we're going to have a more definite time in the next couple of years.
I have my standard question.
Yes.
Y'all plan to have on the menu cold beer?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Plenty of cold beer.
love that question.
Any other? Michael?
So I know the plan changed around originally from the old historic building that Jim referenced earlier to
Right.
building new next door.
Right.
So what's your plan long term? Obviously that would be a phase 2 of some sort. How do you see that all working out?
So this question was like what we did with what we're doing with the existing building. It really just came down to budget, and it was cost prohibitive to do exactly what we wanted with that building. So right now, we're going to redo the whole shell. So a new facade, new roof, new back wall, new structural support. It'll look like a new building from the outside, but our plans with that in the future, we haven't decided. I mean, we hope to be busy enough to grow into that, but only time will tell what we do with it. But yeah, it'll look a lot better than what it looks right now. And we need to have it like structurally sound when we open up too. So yeah, they'll start working on that within the next 30 days. Any questions?
What is, when you get it open and everything, will it be like a bar with a brewery tours and everything? Like, I'm from Athens, and there's just a lot of breweries with, you go in, you get to sample. How will it work in there?
So a bit ago, obviously in Georgia, the law changed so that we can serve a particular amount of beer. It's not just a tour only, but we'll have tours, scheduled tours. It'll also be a tap room. So the tap room will have a combination of what our year-round items would be, our seasonals, as well as tap room only selections. We'll also have, so if you look at the building over there on the right side from here is the brewery. It is connected to the tap room, and then the space between the tap room and the historic building is the beer garden. So you'll be able to go, there'll be an outdoor space as well as the tap room, and there'll be kind of exclusive to the tap room selections there. So it would be very similar to an experience you from Athens, very similar experience at Creature Comforts or Terrapin.
Okay.
Both, if you haven't been there, please go to both of those things. They're both great experiences. But with the outdoor area as well, it'd be really unique value.
Yeah, the Creature Comforts, they're out, yeah, so good.
So you'll see that, and then we'll have more details and visuals on the site when it launches. We have all of our diagrams of what it'll look like when it's done. So hopefully that'll happen in the next 30, 60 days.
Additional questions?
Great question.
Please. Ask questions.
I got you.
Okay, there we go.
From the time you start brewing out on site till you anticipate distribution of that I can buy it, how long would that be?
So that's, our main focus is going to be on beer quality, availability and distribution, opening, right, and then events, and then community support and community. Obviously, this from the distribution side, it's kind of funny. Distribution of beer, you have to take it somewhere and then bring it back. So we have to go from there out the door, then actually bring it to a place, and then bring it back to you. So we can't judge the agreements yet, but from the time we start brewing, first priority is going to be having it available in the house.
When you start talking to distributors,
Yeah.
just 2 cents worth of advice on distributors.
Always.
Just make sure it's a distributor that's easily accessible.
It will be. We've already got it. We've already got that lined up.
We've talked to people on both ends, so from the retail side and the brewers too, and we've done a lot of. We haven't decided one way or another yet, but we've done our research to kind of figure out who they all like, because like you said, once you get started with one, you need to pretty much
Make sure you have good legal counsel.
Oh yeah, we have great legal representation, and also I think as Crawford said, it's a value thing, right? And so, what value are you looking for as a restaurant in the area? You want something that you're going to be able to get recurring availability, consistent quality, support from a promotional perspective. We want all those things to be lined up before the first year gets poured, and that'll make sure we're successful for you.
You already know this. We've only got 6 taps, but once you guys are open, one of those will be dedicated to Silver Bluff. We'll be able to get it your own.
For Eric, when you first saw the farm in Richland many, many years ago, did your dreams bring you here today? And what are your dreams for the next 10 years for Richland Rum?
Those are a bunch of questions. The farm was. I was living in Atlanta in the 90s, and for a number of years, and had no clue that the southern part of the state had ever produced sugarcane. So one fall, driving around in the area and seeing this little stand along the road, a guy crushing some cane and a big old kettle making boiling sugarcane juice to syrup. I pulled a Yui and found out. I asked the guy, I said, where do you get your sugarcane? And he stared at me and he said, duh. Pointed at a little sugarcane patch. And so that is what got us here, or to the southern part of the state. That was 20 years ago. The next 10 years, we will continue to be doing what we have been doing, and that is just be focused on the quality of the product. We have never done anything else, never cared about anything else, just focus. That's why it's taken 20 years to be from a negligible producer to a little bit. By the way, we are now distributed in 15 states and exported to 10 countries. For the last 2 years, we've had an award from the governor, the state of Georgia, as one of Georgia's fastest growing exporters. So quality eventually prevails. And so that's the answer to your question.
Thank you.
Stay focused on quality.
I just have a quick statement. I'm in Leadership Blend this year, and we did a tour of your facility. And I heard a little, when you were talking about the barrels and reusing them, I heard people in the background going, oh, that's interesting. You don't know the half of it. You guys really should take the tour. You'll learn not only about the differences in the flavors and what can bring out, but also
I want this amplified.
I have also you learn about molasses and what's not great about it and what they have to substitute for molasses. And that will blow your mind away, it really will. But it was a great tour, your guys did an excellent job, and I 110% recommend taking that tour. It's great. And if you have family coming for the holidays, take them. And don't you also have a room that you can rent upstairs for parties and stuff like that? Yeah. I mean, it's a great little place. It really is. So.
All right, thank you all. This has been super. And I know some of you have gotten these before and some of you have not. So I need to make up. And this will be the second one. You only have these each one. And I think I grabbed yours away from you when you had.
We can share.
No, and you need one more. And this is for you and your brother, even though he's not here. I have made an exception to the laws. So thank you all. Thank you all. Tonight at 6 o'clock in Stemler Theater, we have Coastal Conversations, where our executive in residence, Reg Murphy, will interview President Johnson on leadership and vision. We hope you can join us tonight. It's the Stemler Theater on campus. And First Friday, do we have any bands whose names we can't completely say?
As a matter of fact, Friday night we've got a fundraiser for hospice.
Okay.
That's happening in the park, weather permitting. If not, it'll be inside. And it's a band called Noah Waterspoon out of Cleveland, Ohio. And he is an international award winner, blues band. They're amazing. Followed closely by Crawford Perkins Band. CP and the Shockers, they're playing from 9 until midnight. So we've got that this Friday. Lots going on downtown for First Friday.
All right. And thank you all. And we'll see you next month. Thank you.